Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. Today's video, we're gonna be installing 3 windows on an interior wall. The owner called and said, hey Vinny, we want to create an open concept between the living room and the kitchen. So if you guys are at home and you are looking at doing an open concept design, this video is for you. Okay, so now we're back on this side of the wall. This is where most of the work's gonna be complete. We're gonna be demoing this part of the drywall out first. Once we put in our headers and where the windows are gonna sit, then we're gonna recut on the other side, leaving less demo work, and it'll make it a cleaner job because of the staircase that goes down. This is not a load-bearing wall. So we took this cut line a little higher than where the window's gonna be. The window's gonna be sitting about right here. We're gonna take it a little higher so we can put the framing in, the headers, and then reinforce the windows. The height of the bottom plate of the window is gonna be equal to the kitchen countertop. So that's what the customer wanted, that's what we're gonna give them. And here's the last window down here. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3. We're gonna leave 6-inch posts in between, and these are just gonna be squared off. Real simple deal. We don't want to go all the way up to the ceiling because you don't want to disturb the ceiling, and then the mud, then you start mudding out this direction, and then the job just starts getting ugly. So like I said, we're just gonna take it a little higher, frame it in, and that's pretty much it. So we already have our cut lines. So if you're at home, you just find the center of your wall, and then you can divide out on if you just want 1 window, 2 windows, 3 windows, whatever you want. Okay. Now that we have our marks where we're going to be cutting, I always talk about my osculating saw. This is Roxy. Okay, Roxy's a lifesaver. You're gonna love her. It cuts down on a lot of dust and using other techniques. It's a slower process, but it works very efficient. So we're just gonna you'll see us edging out the window and then go from there. So. Okay guys, we're gonna start doing the demo work. This is the funnest part, and we have a stud here today that I found with my stud finder by the name of Ben Sandoval. Thank you, Ben, for helping out with this video. Appreciate your help. Ben is also a 20-year veteran of the very highly experienced handyman work and construction work here in Denver, Colorado. If you want his information, I'll leave a link below. All right, guys, we're gonna get started on the demo work. Thank you, Ben. Now also guys, keep in mind safety is of the highest priority, okay? When you have somebody up on the ladder, always give them hip support in case they fall back. I mean, you never know what could happen. Let me instruct.
Hey, there's always a fear with customers if we're going to cut through a wire as we're cutting this. And it's really the reason anymore that we use the oscillating saw, but in theory, all of your wires should be in the middle of the studs, so we don't cut deep enough to ever hit those wires.
That's a very valid point. Thank you, Ben. Excellent, excellent. Safety first, right? Safety first. All right, so now we've scarred our drywall 100% all the way around. Now is the fun part, okay? This is where demo day comes in. It's real simple. Anybody can do this. Anybody can do this. So now we're gonna hit it out with our hammers and remove the rest of the drywall. We'll just go ahead and start right here since it's already done. Okay. So basically we cut all these pieces down as flush as humanly possible. All right, and he also did the top. Ben works very fast. If you guys hire him, he's like me times 2. Okay, so now Ben's gonna take that piece of wood out. Take your wood out, Ben.
All right, let me grab my flat bar somewhere. I don't know where it went, but use the hammer. We're gonna
look at that, guys. Okay, now that we framed the other side, this piece is gonna come off, okay? All these are gonna come off because we got our framing here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna scar the bottoms. This is gonna tip over and I'll show you why. Follow me. All right, like I said on the other side, so now we're gonna cut along here and up top, and this will just open like a door. It'll open, okay? And then we'll scar the outside of the drywall and remove the whole piece of drywall. Same thing for here. Framing's complete, so now you wanna cut, 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 cut. This whole piece comes out. This allows us to have a clean finish on the other side of the wall, so there's less mudding. Okay, now we got the drywall removed. It's looking really nice. So the next step is we're gonna reinforce the ends of the drywall. We're gonna attach screws probably every 6 to 4 inches around each window frame. Okay, and then we're gonna fill in drywall on each side of the wood all the way around, and then we're gonna put corner bead to sharpen our corners like this. Okay, real fast, Ben's got the corner beat up now. So we're gonna throw in 1-inch staples. Okay. Nice. It's a lot faster than using screws. You could use screws, but the staple works pretty nice. Again, what would Vinny do? Exactly what Vinny would do. Okay, my favorite tool to use, I like the 10-inch blade. The 10 works really good. So again, we got the 10, 12, 8, 6, and I got a 4, okay? So if you have a combination of these, that works, that's all you need. So you just grab a combination of those. You probably won't need the 12 unless you're doing big joints like down here, the bottom, or if you're floating out a big portion of the wall like the top. And that's pretty much it for mudding tools, okay? Okay, tools I'll be using. I have my standard 14, I think it's a 12-inch, 14-inch mud pan. Sometimes I use a 6-inch blade to apply. I'll finish it up with a 8 or a 10-inch. So here's my 12, I'm sorry, that's my 12-inch. Okay, that's for your inside corners if you need it. And sometimes I use one of these just to scoop the mud out of the bucket. These take a pretty good beating. I've had this tool, God, probably 12 years.
Okay, for our second coat, I'm just using this Blue Dot mud. It's a joint compound. If you're going to do your first coat, again, it's going to be the red box, your hardening compound. This is kind of like a mid-grade. And you can get this at Home Depot, Lowe's, or wherever. It's a pretty common brand. So I basically just put that bag of mud into this bucket and added some water, maybe about half a cup of water. So you kind of want like a nice milky transition to it. You don't want it too hard because then it's tougher to spread. So that's a pretty good consistency right there. All right, that's all it takes. And again, this is the second coat. If this was the first coat, it'd be the hardening compound. Could you use the blue for the first coat? Yeah, but you always want to put your hardener on first, so that way you don't get any cracks in the joints. All right, now this is where it's important to have a dad bod, okay? Now, I got enough pudge right here to give me some support, some cushion, so I don't hurt myself. Now, if I had a 6-pack, I probably couldn't do this because it would hurt too much, all right? So you gotta work on that dad bod, guys, if you're gonna do this type of work. For example, I'm able to come on my belly a little bit, all right? I got all that support. I could sit here for 3 hours, all right?
YouTube, sorry to interrupt this programming, but we need to give a shout out to our sponsor. Yeah, it's still me. Still don't have a sponsor yet. DeWalt, Milwaukee, I'll even take Chicago Tools. Okay, enough from our sponsor, back to work. Yeah, so the job's pretty much complete now. The homeowners are gonna paint it, so I'll show you this. So we actually had to do 2 different textures, and I'll tell you why here in a second. Okay, so on this side of the wall we have knockdown texture. So the texture came out really, really nice. So since we're looking at it from this view, we decided to do the knockdown here and also on the windows, just the inside trim. So all the texture came out perfect. Now, even though the mud came to about right here, you want to spray down like another 3 or 4 feet, just so all the texture blends in and it kind of hides the imperfections from the old texture to the new. So that's just a little trick. Now on this side of the kitchen, they had a light orange peel on the ceiling and on the walls. So that was existing. So we have knockdown texture on that side of the house and then orange peel on this side of the house. So on this side, we ended up doing the orange peel so it matches the entire kitchen. Now only a keen eye like myself would pick that up. Just kidding. So anyhow, so that's pretty much it.